You're alive. You're alive now.
What's going on, everybody? It is your girl, Deanna. For those of you who are new to me, I am a marketing guru, I like to say. For those of you who know me, you know I'm all about the MVP. I'm all about how we communicate our value with impact. So today, we're going to spend a couple of minutes talking about how do you get the marketing right? Because I feel like a lot of us are out here trying to figure out how do I get the people that I want to see the content that I'm putting out. And that's where marketing comes in. It's not about what you want to put out. What it's really about, what does your customer or your target audience need to see? What problem are they trying to solve? And that's where your brand comes into play. However, if you're thinking about your marketing from a lens of this is what we offer, this is what we're good at, this is an accomplishment that we've achieved, you're missing the mark on how to really get buy in from your target audience. See, people don't buy from individuals who are just consistent with their content, they buy from brands that they trust. How do you build that trust? You want to make sure you're solving their problems. So, to solve their problems, you have to be able to identify with their problems. So before you go and you create a list of ideas for content that you're going to put out for your brand, I want you to think about a couple of things. The first thing I want you to think about is what is my ideal target customer or my ideal client struggling with right now? I would say write down like the top two things, right? If you are a service provider and you do, let's say, resume services, that means your client or your ideal client is struggling to maybe find a new job or they're struggling to get a promotion at their job. So then you want to think about what are those feelings that they are struggling with or that they are trying to cope with as they are navigating this problem. Because when you can speak to the emotional side of what your audience is dealing with, mm, you're going to lock in really quickly on what it is that they need in order to solve their problem because now they see you as somebody that can identify with their problems. The next thing that you're going to do is think about, based on the problem and what they're feeling, how does my services solve that problem? And when you decide to create your content, don't just focus on simply, okay, we provide resume services. So if you're struggling to find a job, come book with us. No, no, no. That's not what we're doing. We're doing marketing right this time. So what you're going to do, you're going to think about, hey, if you're struggling with this problem, if you're feeling this, if you're tired of this, if you're ready for this, find out how you can get someone to support you with your resume. And before you even offer that as a solution, I would go as far as to give them a tip on how they can start to enhance their resume. Because, see, people want to have proof of concept. So, if you follow what I like to call the serve, sell method, you'll be able to give your target audience something that they can hold on to that'll help them as they're navigating their challenge. Then you give them a little bit more to help them push it further in getting to their solution. But at the end of the day, they are still going to need you and your brand in order to get them over the finish line. And that's where the sale comes in. So even as you're following this serve, sell method to really get to the root of marketing, you're always going to be marketing your brand, even when you give advice and feedback and tips that's going to help your target audience because they are going to start to trust your brand. They're going to trust that you understand what they're going through and how they can get from wherever they're at to where they're trying to go. The same applies when it comes to products, when it comes to digital services, anything that you are trying to sell, you always have to have the like, the know, and the trust. And that, my friends, that's real marketing. If you want to learn more about how you can get connected with other strategies for really enhancing how you're telling the story behind your brand so that you're reaching your target audience, make sure you're following Hive Mind Creative Agency. We are out here helping brands elevate their digital presence one story at a time. So I'm gonna come back maybe tomorrow, we'll see. Y'all let me know in the comments if you want to see more of this content tomorrow, the day after that, or maybe even next week. But regardless, it's going to be here for you to have, to use, and to share with those who may need it most. All right. I'll see